out how this game will end up, together with OD Pixel and Jenkins.
Play mid against the Miracle Lina. You know,
Yeah.
do they sort of fill you with confidence the Supreme sort of said, I can handle this matchup, or do you think he is going to have a tough time against Miracle?
Well, this is one of Supreme's best heroes. It's one of his favorite heroes, so I would say that it's one of those things you talk between the game and you figure out, like, okay, maybe the hero just doesn't work the same from the offlane, or at least for us, because like I said, Lelis being on a playmaking type frontlining hero, like this is always when he's been the most successful, no matter what team he's on. Yeah, the Queen of Pain offlane last game, I think we were talking about it, after the game. Like, maybe if you're playing Quap as an offlaner, you don't want to go for the Sanj and Kaya build, because it feels like one of those things that's really good when you're ahead and you have a level advantage. But from an offlane perspective, like, what was he doing in fights? He was just kind of going in and ulting. That's all we really saw from Lelis in that game, and it's one of those things you have to see it in a game to know how you feel about it. And it just feels like after that game, offlane Quap should probably go different items than mid Quap. But they're not even doing that this time. He can do the mid Quap build, which is currently OP. It's going to look perfectly fine in this game.
Yeah, let's have a look. See how good of a game Supreme can have against what was quite a solid performance from Miracle's Lina in the first game. And this time around, maybe even in a matchup where Miracle's going to feel that he's even more favored in the laning stage. But we'll see how well it's played and see if Alliance are able to bring in any backup around that mid lane early on.
For ultimate glory.
And how does sort of the dynamic work then with the support Mars? You know, what's the plan here from Alliance? And do you think this was the plan all along when they went through their draft?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think they probably planned on having the ability to flex it, and I think this would probably be just, if you have Lelis on your team, he's one of the best Mars players on the planet, so
why is he not playing it this game, do you think? Like, why not put him on it? What do they not like about putting the Mars in that higher priority?
Maybe it's that they think Spear Breaker is better with higher priority. It's like less about the Mars, more about the Spear Breaker. Just with items, with levels, with farm, he's going to be a lot more disruptive in this game. Or just like a player preference thing. Maybe they just weren't feeling the Spear Breaker in a support position last game. I know there's a lot of players that currently have that attitude towards the hero. People think that it's a bad support, but it's actually much better played on 3 and in mid position even. It's just like a common thread amongst some Dota players right now to share that opinion.
We're seeing on this first wave, Miracle getting some good hits onto Supreme. See how much you can find underneath his tower. So not going to be too easy, there's Miracle. Continues to keep that pressure up on these early levels.
Yep, same as last game, just really pressuring with the level 2 timing. Like, you can see that he just pushes the lane, rushes level 2, and then just pokes you under tower, which
First blood.
it doesn't seem to be matchup specific.
First blood.
He just does it on Lina.
On top lane, Alliance, they will be able to kick things off with a first blood there. Catching Kuro, and Zaramis, and Leslau. They do have pretty good beef when they get on top of this Grimstroke. Kuro is going to have to be cautious with his positioning, especially once the levels are there for the snap fight. Aramis able to set up a lot of physical damage with that little shredder as well, and the punches of the breaker.
Yeah, Grimstroke is just so rough against any sort of minus armor, really low armor hero. Aramis with Blightstone and his little shredder, just able to put in a ton of work in this lane. The thing is, though, I feel like ILTW, if you're just farming, he can chill down. He can chill up there and farm.
On bottom, looking for GH, and he's a little too speedy. Around the trees, he is able to make his way out of it. We'll turn towards mind control. He's a bit tankier, of course, than the Bane, and that will be enough to keep him safe. Also has a few stick charges.
Dude, they're pressuring so hard down here. Not a lane that you normally know how to deal with. What an extension. I didn't realize he extended that far when he right-clicked people. Good lord. I mean, he's basically a ranged hero. That's gotta hurt. Not a good place to get stabbed.
No.
Yeah, down here in this lane, Nigma Galaxy, they have only 3 tangos left between them, so Alliance is putting on a ton of pressure. They still have a salve advantage on Handskin, so it's just such a strange lane to deal with. Luna Mars, like, it's not something anybody has experience versus. More tangos coming on the courier. Yep, that's Dota right now. If you're a support, you've got a donkey that has something green on it for the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah, especially in these sort of battle lanes. Yeah, Nigma Galaxy, they do want to try and punish this Luna. Just make it not an easy start for Nico Baby, but indeed, Hansken's been doing a solid job of pushing them back. Look over in the mid, and it's still Miracle having the edge. Of course, we'll see how things come into play when the further rune control comes in. Top lane RTW. Oh, very close to getting brought down. I mean, we really are seeing the damage from these two heroes, even against the Conqueror early on. And there's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing really well up here on Alliance. Another lane that...
They've got Cookie in a second if they want to try and go for this under the tower. They will. I've got the tower, the creep wave pushing in. And again, a little Shredder coming into play. Charge over. They'll get the job done, Alliance. Getting another kill up top. Aramis very low, but RTW got nothing else to try and clip the Snapfire with. So Alliance getting the kill and getting away with it.
Yeah, they're pressuring super hard. I mean, this seems to be why they did the kind of hero swap.
Yeah,
they just feel like they just feel like that lane is going to be a lot stronger, and it does. Yeah, I mean, they're owning both of the side lanes. Actually, are going very well for them. Not the mid lane though.
Yeah, but I think that this is what you expect, right? I feel like out of a Quap lane.
Lina Quap,
especially you know, this is Miracle after he's had one game to warm up, and he did pretty well in the warm up, you know. So coming into the second match against him on the mid was never going to be fun for Supreme, but we've seen Quaps before, even if they do get punished in the lane. Nowadays, a good Quap player can make a recovery, and as you say, Supreme, it is one of his more comfortable heroes. So whilst the lane might not be easy, there's still very much a chance that we'll see Supreme get his way back into the game elsewhere.
And on the top lane, God, what's wrong with me today? Aramis pressuring quite hard, bot lane as well. Luna Aura plus the Mars W, lots of damage with that extra plus 17 that he's got.
Adds up.
I mean, it's a lot.
Obviously, top lane Aramis, he's just constantly going for Kuroki. They're going to go in with the charge, and they might just be able to take him down again. He's into the trees. Oh, and look at the stun off. Torrent as well holds back the Spirit Breaker, but Leslie and Aramis, they're still going in for Kuro. He'll cut his way through the tree line. That was the only tango that he did have left, but it was enough to get him down into the side here. He should still have a solid job of finding him. They do. Cookie in. They'll be able to take out Kuroki again. He is not having a fun time in the safe lane.
You know, I feel like if I'm Leslie, it's like you're 2-0, so you're happy at this point. He's not bashing.
At the back-to-back courier snipes there. GH got this earlier whilst he was trying to bring out the tangos and the bands. He just got it again, and he got both of them. So the complete regen backup wiped out there on that bottom lane as GH, and there's about his third courier sniper in the first 5 minutes.
Dude, Miracle, while the courier sniping was happening, solo killed Supreme mid. Just
well, that's not good.
A kill with Laguna. Yeah, I mean,
it's been a rough lane, and yet Supreme, he's been trying to hold on, get what he can without losing his life, and now Miracle has been able to push him over the edge. Now, as I said, he can make a recovery on the quad, but it's going to be very, very hard, especially against Lina, a couple of levels ahead of him. And as I say, Miracle
here.
Okay.
Kuro was not able to throw anything out to Supreme there. He's had his eyes on the courier instead. Might be able to look towards Aramis. Doesn't want to go up to the high ground. Doesn't quite know if there's a chance turning around. They do have that high ground ward, but to starting against it, they'd rather have the focus back on mid. Of course, this is the bigger kill to get if they've got the burst, but they don't quite. Supreme able to make it back underneath the tower to safety, but still just having to play incredibly evasively against Nigma Galaxy. He's very vulnerable in the mid lane right now.
Dire have fortified their structures against attack.
This just hurts to see. I mean, everybody's had a game of Dota like this where you just give a kill away at the wrong time, and Miracle's being such a pain in the ass.
Like, sneaking around it. I mean, he's going to get Aramis. He's got a Laguna. There we go. Another one for Miracle in the mid. There's this tower 7 minutes in.
Yeah.
Taking some heavy pressure.
This is just an immense amount of pressure. And the thing is, like, Miracle getting that kill there it's a kill. You're cool with that, right? That's great. But the worst part about it is Supreme is still level 5. He just got zoned from like 3 or 4 creep waves. He's up against a level almost 8 Miracle. I mean, what a stomp. Yeah.
But he did, as I said, he
doubling his network, dude.
But this is the thing where he kind of signed up for it. You know, they played against Lina last game on the DK, and Supreme was like, you know what, let me try it with the Quap this time.
Yeah.
It was always going to be harder. Maybe he didn't quite expect it to be as tough as it's played out.
My goodness. Yeah, this is... I mean, how the hell do you recover from this? Like, you need your Queen of Pain to get some space. And Lelis is having a decent game, so he can probably make it for his Quap.
Supreme's going to try and come in and get some action down bottom, but... I mean, they know even with a Sonic Wave, it wouldn't be enough to nuke through Mind Control at the moment. He's going to be fine. That's not enough burst damage. Mind Control's able to walk it off. And in a game where you're behind as a Quap and you're looking for every little thing to try and get you back in, when your first Sonic Wave doesn't get you some action, that's now 2 minutes that you're under-leveled, and without the Sonic Wave, can't really have much impact. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, and he's got 2 levels in Shadow Strike, so he was playing for the lane dominating build, and so he's not really able to farm as quickly right now and recover. So that
I mean, look at this as well. Kuro and GH, they've just been sitting around the mid, setting up for all these kills for Miracle to pick up. He grabs another one, few hundred gold away from what looks to be sort of a pre-10-minute boost to travel.
Should look to their bottom tower.
Yeah, I like that they're sitting here. I mean, they're just identifying like how poorly this lane is going for Supreme, and that they can massively pressure the tower just by existing here. It's like we saw what the Bane plus Lina did in the last game. If you can get a Nightmare after the Lina stun, you set up for the next one, and so you're gonna get a kill. Like even without Laguna, you'll probably get a kill. So just being here from Nigma means that they're getting all of this pressure on the map, and then you have a Kunkka in the side lane. Like he doesn't care. He's gonna keep farming. Nightstalker's gonna keep farming. It's nighttime. He's super comfortable.
And I feel like there's gonna be that sort of ever-looming pressure on the Quap in the sense that, you know, we've all been in these games where you play this sort of hero mid that wants to make these moves, get these kills, but when you're playing against a team where the 2 side lane cores are like some of the beefier heroes in the game, it's just very hard to see when you're going to have a window to do much with this mid Quap, right? You're never going to have the burst to take down a Nightstalker or a Kunkka. These are not fun heroes to jump into and try and combo.
You probably need to go with both of the supports, to be honest, and just try to kill Kunkka. But you also don't want to lose the mid tower, so I can see why they're sitting here, but it almost feels like it's a lost cause at this point.
So they're going to go for GH, and they will get him. Quick setup from Leslau. Gets the kill put into place for Supreme.
Okay, so they get a kill using Lelis' strength here. He's got his Oblivion Staff completed on Lelis, phase boot, so he's tanky, does a good amount of damage. They can make some things happen based off of his strength for sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's really possible to hold this tower though. I understand the desire to do it because losing your mid tower early, especially in like a crushing lane like this, it's just one of the worst feeling things in the game. At least they get to deny.
A bit of morale there for the team.
Okay, now, Hanskin?
I think he's looking pretty dead.
That is a solo kill on a catapult wave.
Top lane, that's a dead Spirit Breaker. Mid lane, Miracle being sneaky.
He is just not letting up, man. Like,
I mean, is he going to get something with this? Were they aware? I don't think they would be aware he was coming in.
I think they saw that he.
They saw that he picked the invis. Oh, look at that! I bet the old Tumbler's toy action gets Nico baby to safety. Won't save Aramis though. He goes down. And Alliance see if they can catch any members of Nigma Galaxy. Spirit won't quite have the range to look GH the tree. Supreme. Oh, he jumps in.
He blinked in.
He blinked in.
Okay.
Didn't quite have anything to turn around and catch him with immediately. Charge over from Leslau. We're able to get it onto the two of them with the ult back onto Miracle. They will burst the Lina. Meanwhile, ILTW is in with the combo onto Nico baby. Takes him down. Kuro and GH, they will be chased upon. Supreme up to the high ground. Brings down Kuroki. And they have RTW coming in with a hard hit, so they got enough to take out Supreme. They don't. He's out and away. Will get X-Mark back, but with the arena control, they take out ILTW before he's able to get his hands on Supreme again. So, all things said and done, Alliance, that's a good hit back there. If they take the fight on their side of the map, and Supreme able to get involved in some of this action, which is going to help propel him back towards where he wants to be in this game.
Yeah, Lelis has his full Echo Saber completed now, so he Alliance looks a lot better when playing in a game where Lelis is empowered and also is a hero that can go in and start stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Lelis is definitely carrying this portion of the game, it feels.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, and not something you would necessarily expect a Spirit Breaker to do. I mean, it's a stunning...
And look at this Tumbler's toy.
Ooh, baby.
Beautiful jump there from Nico Baby. And I mean, it's a big start. Maybe if Nico Baby dies there, then now there's a little bit of damage output to help fight back. As
there was no sentry there, right? It's just...
Hey, I think just saw the animation begin, right?
I mean, that's just impressive.
I mean, yeah, lightning reflexes there from Nico Baby.
Dire should look to their top
Jail does that to you. It's gives you these just absolutely mind-blowing reflexes.
Well, that's I mean, because you know, Nico
Baby always have to be defensive.
He had a tough game in game one. Maybe that's the sign of at the start of things kind of just switching on from here in this game too.
It's very anime sort of.
Yeah. Maybe this is the turnaround. Top lane. It's maybe going to be able to be put on hold as he takes a full combo to the face. He's going to be fine though. The arena's out. Lelis charging in on the back lines, holds back the two supports, but GH is still able to get the grip down onto Hanskin. Hanskin goes out. Aramis as well also caught there thanks to the soulbind of Kuroki. Nigma Galaxy, they'll take the three of them. They'll lose ILTW. But they'll take the favor. Here's 3 for 1, and this tier 1 to go down. They're seeing if they can set up onto Supreme, and not quite. Supreme makes it out with the blink. And won't actually be able to push out the tower yet either.
Dude, Supreme got a lot of XP for that kill, because that was technically a solo kill on ILTW there. Because his dagger ticked him down way away from anybody else.
Yeah, I think so, after sort of the run wore off. He was left low, mid lane. The Supreme's coming to help out. There's 4 heroes here. Yeah, he's got to be cautious. We'll blink away. So lose Hanskin underneath the tower quite quickly after he's back in the game. Still a 4K lead here for Nigma Galaxy. And I guess one sort of saving grace for Alliance this time around is that Nigma Galaxy can't really do Roshan that easy with their lineup this time, so unlikely to lose that objective early on if they lose fights like this. And of course, they themselves, they have the much better effort around Rosh. So if Alliance could take a fight, they could take the Roshan. I'll get GH here with a quick setup from Leslar and Aramis. TP's coming in from Nigma Galaxy, but Alliance would still be happy to fight this. Lelis, he's ready to get back in on top of mind control. Supreme, I'll be able to break him away from the silence with the cookie. Further TP's coming in. The kiss is starting to get laid down as Leslar is going to look to get in on this. Great knock back with the ultimate jump forward from Supreme with the burst. Lelis, he's going to be able to set up for them to kill off Miracle. Stays on top of the back lines here, pushing Kuro into the trees. Hanskin's got the lockdown control onto ILTW. So RTW will be able to step out of the arena as it comes to an end. Another bash thrown in from Leslar. They're trying to turn in onto the Spirit Breaker. The boat comes crashing down as well onto him. They'll finally be able to get rid of that pesky Spirit Breaker. And by the looks of it, Hanskin as well. Jump over onto the Mars. The torrent catch from RTW takes down Hanskin. And the grip set up as well. Cause of the death of Aramis. And they will manage to take out the 3 of them at the end of it all. It was a good start from Alliance there, but just goes on a little too long, and they try and force it too much, and it cost them 3 lives.
Yeah, I mean, that's the like that was a great start. That was really cool that they were using the Snapfire kisses to set up for the Spirit Breaker charge.
In the river.
He's pretty tanky.
He has got an invis-rune. They have protection. They do. Sentries down on the ground.
Okay, yeah, that's not quite tanky enough. And yeah, 2 levels, Crippling Fear. Grimstroke Bug, like there's so much silence to do.
Nico, baby. He's in a pretty scary place up high. I don't think they're getting the squishy Luna out of this safely. They're not, and with a nightmare set up, GH, she's ready to set it up into a couple of kills here to add to the tally of Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, man, Nigma just, they look hungry in both of these games.
You see the builds are phase drums on the Kunkka.
Yeah, they're just hunting. They're playing for early game completely. They've looked so good since they've pivoted to this sort of play style where they have ILTW on something that's much more active and then Miracle on something that can be active but also farms.
And Hanskin is trying to hide in the trees, but with the night time of the Night Stalker mind control, he sees it all.
Should look to their middle tower.
Alliance, they're just bleeding, man. They're just bleeding after that dive towards the top lane.
I mean, it's starting to go a similar way to game 1, right, where Yeah, we've really got to see Alliance pull themselves together and make one of these coordinated moves. We've really got to look towards the items they're attempting to get online. Nico Baby and Supreme, they're definitely making the calls to say we want to get these BKBs on before we fight. So, I mean, we just see Nigma Galaxy have a bit of a poke at Roshan, but as I said, they're not really going to be able to do Rosh that quickly. So we'll see if they do try and force it. Now, I mean, R2W, he wants to.
Yeah, Lina's probably the best Rosh hero.
Yeah, Miracle's got some damage.
On this side of it, when that's the case, it's not so good. But they have such an advantage that they can basically take, you know, whatever fight.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's not fast. They're more than happy to take a group up head on head.
Yeah, LTW is actually going for a BKB, but he just goes for the Ogre Axe and then is going into an AC, so they feel...
Oh, okay.
Wait, they're giving Miracle solo XP for this, as well as smoking out? This is cool. This is really cool, because you're not expecting this timing.
Hanska's not expecting this. As they're on the way, and they'll certainly be able to take him out at the same time as well. By the looks of it, from the bottom tower, they've come in and wrapped around on the rest of the Alliance. They've caught Lelis.
All right, that was sick. Like, I don't think I've seen that before.
Because what's the team making a move before Rosh stands up?
Because imagine you hear Roshan has fallen to the Dire, and then all of a sudden people show up a second later. You're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, mentally you don't expect.
No, absolutely
because you're right.
not.
Yeah, you're right. You sort of get this image of where they are.
Where they are based on when the Rosh falls, and then so you can play like that and be like, oh, I'm gonna chill here for a bit and then leave in 2 seconds from now.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, it caught them massively off guard. Suddenly they were losing a hero near the river, and they were losing someone else down bottom.
They're totally not ready for that. I mean, that was just sick. That was really cool. That was a sick call. Which Nigma, even when they're losing and you know looking bad as a team at the start of the tour, they've always made really good calls like that. Like their smokes are super high quality. Which when you have a captain like Kuro, it makes sense. But it's cool to see that. I mean, that's innovative.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're certainly not looking rough today. 19 minutes in, and it's already looking like Nigma Galaxy are going to have a pretty comfortable game in the bag here. Unless Alliance can come in with something surprising once the BKBs are up for their cause. It likes to go well when Supreme and Nico Baby turn up with the BKBs. Very hard to really see timing later on in this game where Alliance are really going to be able to hit back hard. It's going to get more and more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest timing that Alliance had was Nico Baby's BKB on Luna, but now that there's an Aegis in hand for Nigma, it's not important. It's really not important. You have Fiend's Grip, which goes through BKB. No. You have these tanky heroes, Kunkka Boat. You're going to be able to delay until the BKB's down.
Supreme, and he's been caught a few hundred gold before the BKB's out. As any way of trying to save him, there isn't. The soul bind into the silence, locks down the two of them. As they've just got to get out Alliance. Aramis TP's away. Nico Baby, is it long TP? And they've got him.
Oh boy.
It was a longer TP, I believe, and he didn't want to pop his BKB before he went for it because he felt that he was going to be out in time. He was not. 3 more kills for Nigma Galaxy, and things continuing to fall apart for Alliance.
Miracle has a DD bottled too, just to make things worse. Your Aegis hero now able to do a ton of tower damage.
Close to an MKB as well.
This is rough. This is really rough. I mean, Nigma's just been super on point today, though. Like, this is not looking like an easy team to beat in general right now. They're looking really strong in all of the games that they play, but like today specifically, they've been hungry for blood, man. Like, they're just hunting constantly.
I've been crushing it.
No downtime whatsoever in their gameplay. Like, they're not being lazy at all.
Money to burn.
You see smokes like that Roche smoke, and we've seen a few of them in this series. Like, they're thinking about Dota today.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't really seen any of Nigma Galaxy's members just get caught out, you know, in sort of random positions. It just hasn't happened today in the series. Any deaths they've had, it's been a support, getting a job done somewhere, or in a sort of a team fight that, you know, Nigma Galaxy have chosen to take. You know, I think we had one sort of move in the first game where Alliance did catch them by surprise, but other than that, Nigma Galaxy's just had full read on Alliance's moves.
Yeah, definitely. And this is a team that can, you know, people always make the excuse or that, oh, they've already secured a slot in the major, or they don't care about the earlier seasons, or, you know, whatever. There's always these excuses. Like, this is a team that can look weaker at times based on who knows what. But no, they're looking on point. They're looking on point recently. It's interesting that there are teams like that where their like potential's really high, but sometimes they just are not hitting that potential. Then there's other teams that are somewhere in the middle, but always somewhere in the middle.
See the scan here, Nigma Galaxy, they're ready to charge straight up for the high ground. Arena down from a handskip, trying to stop the chase, but they're still able to reach over, get the soul line set up. BKB's out from Supreme. They'll try and turn and help out, but they've already lost Leslau. Supreme with the last few seconds of his BKB having to blink away. And Mind Control chasing down with the nighttime on top of the Mars. Handscan's out, the boat's coming over. Nico Baby has to put his BKB to get out of there, but Supreme's been left on the low ground. Another pick off here for Nigma Galaxy as they take out the three of them. And already on the backlines, GH, he's set up for a fourth. The control's there onto Aramis. As Nigma Galaxy, they are just taking whatever they want at this point, and Alliance, they just have no counterplay.
Yeah, this Nico Baby BKB is feeling like he's alone. Okay, but also Mind Control, it's not nighttime, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was standing a bit close there, but indeed, as you say, trusting in the sunlight to save him.
Yeah, I can see why Mind Control is going for that, though. It's like 1v5, you know, you're going to look for something, but he's a little too far.
We'll have the casualty of a GH on the back off. Well, that is all. Everybody else very easily out of that. And Alliance, they're going to smoke up here with Vansken and Lesnar. They've got the arena in 10 seconds. Nico Baby being used almost as the bait. And Nigma Galaxy are going to go for this. So Alliance, they want this fight to happen. Will it actually work out the way that they plan, though? As the charge over towards Mind Control. Lesnar still trying to get in. Supreme jumps forward, but immediately Soulbind comes out. BKB is there from the two cores, but again, they have to sort of step away. Arena's in play, but Miracle pops the BKB. He's punching into Nico Baby, chasing down the Luna. Nico Baby cannot escape. A charge over comes out, but they cannot stop Nigma Galaxy from running them down one by one. Topping out on a handscan, the Mars to fall. Alliance, they had to split. I mean, and that clearly was a move that Alliance themselves were trying to set up. But the smoke up from the two of them, Nico Baby on the push, but they don't get anything with it. And when you sort of see that move fall apart, you've got to wonder if there's anything left in the can here for Alliance. They'll get a tier 1 in the mid lane.
He cancels. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, that was best case scenario for them. They had gotten a pick off on GH position 4, important hero to pick off. Also, it was not nighttime and 60 seconds on Mind Control's ult. Still, he just got the ult on Mind Control, so like he was effectively not a hero in that fight, but they just say, okay, Miracle does enough damage, we can still easily fight this. RLTW will frontline. And yeah, Nigma was right. They read that situation like a book.
It just at this stage, how does Nico Baby get in on this fight? Because it really does feel like he pops BKB, so does Miracle, and at this point, Miracle with the stacks built up with the Fiery Soul and the MKB, he tears through the Luna.
He does. And like ILTW too, as 2700 HP, like he's not dying here.
Lesnar. And he's going to try and start things onto Miracle. Defensive Nightmare comes out, buys time for Miracle to pop the BKB, grips out on the Supreme. Lesnar also the 4 Nico Baby's getting in on the backlines with the BKB and the Eclipse. Miracle able to get out of the arena with the last second of the BKB into the trees as well. Now has the distance to turn, punch back into Nico Baby. They're just going to call it. They've had enough Alliance. GG is called. Is he going to be able to get the Rampage to close up the series? We'll see if he's able to. They've got the control onto Handscan, and he certainly does. Miracle finishing it off with a Rampage. As this series, I mean, it really was just all Nigma Galaxy. Alliance just a little all over the place today. Jenkins and Nigma Galaxy, they punished that perfectly.
It's